Hello, everyone. Welcome back to After Emoris.
Hi, I
Today
made
we
myself
are
mad in the
joined.
movie.
Yes, we are joined today by Undead Felis, who plays Isabel, and we are joined today after such a long period of time. We are joined by Esprit the Dragon, who plays the amazing Lakian. Hi,
Woo!
guys.
Hi.
Hi.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
It has
Yes.
indeed.
So yes, my apologies for not being able to make it last week. My rural internet had been rather horrible, but instead we got to see an amazing special with the DM, Equa, and also Grizlock talking about the show in general, which was pretty
Mhm.
cool.
That was
Yep.
nice.
Thankfully, my internet came back and I was able to watch that. All right, so quite a few things happened. You apparently invaded a party over at a wine tasting sort of reserve at a vineyard. Found out a couple of interesting things. Found out that the Ghost Gator lady is up to some more nefarious things. Did some snooping. Did a little bit of thieving, like you stole or liberated a slave. Went back over to Keijo, had a little bit of a birthday party for Thyra, and then for setting up the festival, got to meet some more of Wade's family, specifically his dad, Mr. Watkins, or AKA Walk,
Mhm.
and Cat Wade's lying got revealed. Pa wasn't too happy,
It
and
was revealed, yes.
Wade ended up doing some reckless shenanigans to end up in the Ghost Gator lady's clutches, and we ended on a pretty nail-biting cliffhanger.
Mhm.
So, let's start off real raw with Pa, Mr. Watkins
Uh,
Walker.
Mhm.
good old walk on water.
Yeah. So both Isabel and Elakian seemed rather opinionated when it came to I'm just gonna refer him as Pa when it came to Pa's opinion
Easier that way.
when it came to Pa's opinion to quote unquote ground Wade. He's like,
Mhm.
you're grounded.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I guess the first question is, before we get too deep into that, is what would your character be grounded or lectured for when they were younger, for when they had, I'm assuming, from a parental figure or at least a figure that they respected? Like, what would land them in hot water?
Mine's kind of dark. Like, Esprit, do you want to go?
Well, I mean, mine's probably not a whole lot better,
Oh,
but
okay.
like for Lakian, 100%, it would have been for just stealing all kinds of stuff,
Yeah, good
like
boy.
anything he could get his hands on. Like he was a kleptomaniac as a child, so it was like anything he could get his hands on is like it's mine. It's mine.
Fair enough.
That was literally like his entire childhood. That's just how he lived. Like he wasn't a street rat, but he lived
He
like
had
one.
sticky fingers.
Exactly.
Didn't expect anything less of him.
Mhm.
For Isabel, when she was younger, like there was kind of two parts for childhood: before her mother's death and after. Before her mother's death, it'd be normal kid things like if she went out to or wandered into the forest or a little bit too far down the mountain because she lived on this small mountain village. She had to get in trouble for that. After her mother died and her father became abusive, it would be for talking too loud or you know, hiding money to buy her and her brother food. That's the thing she'd be punished for. So, not a lot of good things after the age of 6. So,
Yeah, I imagine that would have been a little rough. So, regarding the theft on both
Mhm.
on both ends for both of you here, what would be the most valuable thing that you have ever stolen? Like, be it sentimental value or price value, I'll let you guys decide.
For Lakehead, it probably would be basically the big, like, probably the thing that mainly, like, this is backstory a little bit too, but like the reason why he had to leave his hometown was basically he attempted to steal a rather large sum of money from like the head of the city that he was in. So like that would probably be the biggest thing that like he tried to like it was unsuccessful because he got caught. But yeah,
All right, Felis, what about Isabel? What's
Not really anything sentimental that she's stolen. She lives a pretty Spartan-esque life, like back in her house of just like what she needed to like. She could cook, sleep, and make her fake potions. That she have. But the most valuable thing is not like a specific item that I have like thought of, but she didn't steal things. That wasn't her job when she was involved in theft. It was leaving back doors unlocked that weren't supposed to be unlocked. After she would talk her way into a party or pretend to be a maid or of some kind and like sneak into like a noble's estate and just leave the back door open. And then she had people that she had contact with who would come in and take some stuff and she'd get a cut of the profits. So she never stole things directly.
right then? Okay, let's go. So let's aim towards something a little more lighthearted now. So, since it's technically the first day of the festival, in game, when evening comes around, it's supposed to actually be the Firefly catching competition that Thyra happens to be entered in. Do you think you guys will get back in time for that? Or no?
I thought you said lighthearted. I don't. From what I'm aware,
Deception.
it's pretty early-ish in the day. I think it's around noonish. Like I don't. I would have to speak to Equa and
Mhm.
ask what time it is.
Yeah, it's about midday, I think, is what he told us before.
That's what I feel. I don't quite remember. So I doubt the battle will take fucking 7 hours, in game time. So yeah, it's entirely possible if one of us lives that they will get back to the festival in time for the firework catching part of it. I assume that would be Thyra. I think she's the highest chance of living. Just the fact that she's infinite hit points.
Pretty much. Well, she's already used one wild shape today though.
Yeah, I just mean normally, just like normally.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Although she's not totem the bear, so it might be non-physical damage we're doing, so it might hurt her more. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I say like I think probably if everybody survives, I feel like we will probably make it back in time. But the other issue that we might run into is whether anybody's going to feel like actually doing anything, depending on how strenuous this battle is going to be.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
how
haven't
much are they going to be beaten?
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's going to be rough for sure.
I'm excited, but I'm not excited. You know.
It's that kind of anticipation where you're excited, but you're also dreading it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So, you guys have mentioned Thyra a few times. So, do you guys have any particular favorite NPCs that Equa has created?
Asmon for sure. I love Asmon. I do love that character.
Yeah, Asmon's cool. I like Asmon. I think probably
cool character.
I agree. Yeah, like you've got the contrasting of like the like hick atmosphere from like the hometown, and then you've got her, which actually she's seems very intelligent, and
Like,
so the
yeah, like the
contrasting.
yeah.
So I feel like probably my favorite would have to be Duel, though.
Ooh.
Councilman Duel.
Yeah, he's fun. Via, I really like. She was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
For those who remember, the Portal the saleswoman. Nick and Knack were also fun for the little bit I interacted with him. Which I hope they're okay. Last we left them, I think they were beaten unconscious in a cell somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they're okay. So Asmon's definitely like favorite so far. And the secretary at the reserve.
God damn it.
We kept bullying.
Yeah.
I kind of just have to like him because we did so much
Yeah.
shit to him, but he's still a nice person. So you got to give him credit.
Yup.
I myself am actually leaning to liking Loven and Asmon the most right now, simply because Loven is so mysterious. I
Mm-hmm.
want him to say anything,
It
but
makes me
odds are
so mad
Equa's
that
not going to let him talk.
I know. I'm going to try. I'm going to do terrible things to that man until he
Oh,
speaks.
no, you should do the opposite. Do reverse psychology. Be the nicest to him, because so far scare tactics is just making him scared.
Saying it's doing you no good. Absolutely
One nice thing
none.
as well knows how to do to strangers, and it's I don't think it'd be
That's
appropriate.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually really nice in order to have a couple episodes here of just RP. I know
Yeah.
that quite a few episodes have been RP, especially uh, when everyone's traveling, but to be actually in a town and not have to fight anyone for a while is a bit of a breather.
Yep.
Because, gosh dang it, this is a very bloodthirsty RP. Gotta say.
Hey man.
Like,
It happens.
Yeah. Mr. Gain sucks. I want to kill him. That's something that me, Felis, wants
mhm.
to do to that character.
Yeah, Mr. Gaines is probably gonna die. We know that Vijay got killed off pretty darn quick thanks to the pair of you.
Yeah, well, you know. He
I
had it coming.
regret torturing that guy. I didn't expect it to make me evil. So that
Oh, I
was
did. I 100% did. That's why I was like,
oh yeah.
I'll do it. But then you're
Hindsight's
like, nah.
2020. Hindsight's 2020. Like I
Oh
get
yeah.
that. I get
Mhm.
why it did. I should have thought about that. But at the time, I'm like, it's fine. There's a consequence. I'm like, oh shit, the consequences of my own act.
So you
Oh,
gotta
What a
wonder.
novel concept.
I can't
Yeah,
believe I'm being
gotta
blamed for things I
wonder.
did willingly.
Yes, also, what kind of consequences could come if Mr. Gaines ends up being killed?
As like before, when I advocated for communism in character, I don't think communist theory exists anymore. It might. I don't know. I didn't write it. So I think so. So if things go a certain way, Isabel might become the Karl Marx of Emoris, which I would fucking love. That would be hilarious.
Boy.
But no, she's thinking like just kill him and then they can have the winery. Like the people can just have the winery. It's yours now. So who knows?
But yes, since the group seems so far, like as a whole, not necessarily individually, the group kind of seems a little bloodthirsty as well. Hence Vija and a few other individuals. Do
You're pretty
your
merciful.
characters have lists of people to eliminate?
Esprit?
I don't. I don't as of this point in time. The only person that was on Alakian's list was Vija, and that's already taken care of.
Nice.
And so as of right now, pretty much there's not like an actual name to it, but whoever took uh basically the person he's been looking for since session 0, um whenever he finds that person, they're definitely going on that very short list that will then very quickly be cleaned off again.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Lakin doesn't hold grudges very long.
Mhm.
Just yeah. Isabel has two names, Mr. Gaines, and her dad. So
Both
yeah.
of which make sense.
Yeah, they're both terrible people. So
Definitely.
she's gonna she's very excited because Mr. Gaines is there. She can find him. She knows where he is, so she's gonna get him. If she survives, but she's gonna get him. And also make sure he takes off the collar off Shawnee first.
Yes, that would be very beneficial. All right, so regarding your guys' characters, since session 0, how do you feel about your own character's progress? Like, how do you feel about their development in comparison to how you thought that they would develop? So basically, what I'm just looking for is how do you feel your character has grown? Who would like to go first?
Well, I feel like Alakian it's actually kind of gone the same way that I was initially intending it to, which was basically he is less of a loner and he is now more open to the idea of actually having people to rely on and to kind of think of because his actions affect more than just himself. And so that I feel like is probably the biggest thing for him. The other one is before all of this stuff with his revived nature, he didn't really care about anything religious. And so with all of this stuff kind of coming to light, it's kind of pushed him in that direction, which is something really cool in my opinion at least.
Yeah, it feels like Elakian has been very like a very active thief, too not very expressive about how it might affect others, but he is. I've noticed that he's not stolen anything since Rakrovi.
Hmm.
Like especially since he found faith, as Equa put in the After Emoris special, both literally and spiritually.
Hmm. I
Hmm.
feel like in addition to that, it was also kind of one of those things where the conversation that he had with Thyra about the fact that needs to be more cognizant of what he's doing. I feel like it's probably also that was one of the other big factors too that kind of pushed him in that direction.
All right. How about you, Felis? How do you feel about Isabel's growth so far?
So first off, Isabel is it gets flustered more easily than I thought she would. I find
Ooh.
that. Specifically about emotional things. Because use emotion, she's not very good at that. Which I have noticed. I'm like, that's interesting. That's how I play that character. In terms of growth, she has friends now, which she didn't have before. She had colleagues, and she's starting to accept physical contact from people that she doesn't initiate. Um, only from Thyra so far, but she she doesn't like anyone touching her that she's not doesn't instigate that. So that's a growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, on a personal matter towards you guys regarding the pairings, so far there have been some jocularity about pairing Wade and Free
Yeah.
or Wade and Asmin or Thyra and Free. Do you guys have any that you're team for?
Esprit, want to go?
I honestly don't. I really don't. I feel like probably the only one that I could probably put like actual like not necessarily money, but kind of actually say out loud would probably be Fire and Free. I feel like has kind of been something that has been happening a little bit. but that's about it. That's pretty much the only thing that I've kind of come up with, at least in my head. So,
for me, definitely Wade and Asmund, like absolutely. I honestly like yes, like that's. I think Griz at this point has been like yeah. For others like Fire and Free, maybe like I don't know how Dyto and Chem are gonna play with that in the space, so I can't. It would be interesting, definitely, to see that. So I'm not opposed to it. But for like Elakian, I don't know. I don't know if Elakian feels romantic attachment yet. And Isabel, she hasn't met someone that's she's interested in romantically. Like, no one that's very interested in her. Like with Birdie, like that was sexual. With I don't remember her name, and I feel kind of weird about that. The half orc,
Ist.
Thank you, Ist. Sorry, but yeah, it was just weird. Remember the one I said? Yeah, again, like that was physical as well. So she's not met someone that she's engaged with on romantically that she'd be comfortable with. Even with like Mary Beth, Isabel's childhood friend, like that's not that's a platonic familial thing. That's not a romantic thing. So she hasn't met someone she's connected to romantically yet.
All right then.
Yeah, but Wade Asmund, yeah.
Yeah, Wasman. Well, hopefully Wade will come out of this encounter on the other side.
Hopefully.
If assuming that the encounter gets finished in the next episode, for all we know, it could turn into a whole Dragon Ball Z moment where they're having a fight for 20 episodes.
Yeah, we'll just scream for 6 of those. It'll be great.
I certainly hope not. I actually hope that there's going to be a natural one rolled by Equa, and then all of a sudden an anvil will drop on the Ghost Gator's head.
Who knows?
Who knows?
One thing I thought about Wasman, poor Wade with having his crush's brother in his head. Because I think he would have done something sooner if Kev is it Kevin or is it just Kev?
It's Kev. It's just Kev.
It's just Kev. If Kev wasn't there, I think Wade would have said something, but he's just like, it's so weird that you're in my head, so I can respect not doing something just yet.
We'll wait until after you're out of my head.
Yeah, I don't want to wait till after I'm ahead to have sex with your sister. Like that seems like gentlemanly.
Yeah, right. 100%.
That would be considerate. That would be considerate, or else it would be this very awkward threesome. Not all of it consensual. So yeah, we don't want to go there. But you never know if Loven actually expresses interest in Asmund. Who knows what could pop up in Wade's head, right?
He already hates him, so.
My own headcanon for Loven is that he's a happily married and gay. That's my headcanon. That he's just like he's just a researcher who just got caught up in something and just like, oh god, I have to run away to protect my husband. That's my headcanon for Loven. He's just a sweet gay man who just like wants to be done with it all. It's like I just want to go home.
Only verse that does is Equa.
You know what? I have this little tiny bit of hope that Loven is going to take part in the cooking competition by surprise and end up winning second place.
That'd be amazing.
Equa is listening in because he's recording this, so that might happen.
That'd be amazing.
Well, you never know.
That'd be awesome.
I'm pretty sure he has it.
We have to survive to find out regardless, so.
Yes. I know that personally for the next session, which is Monday at 6:30 Central Time on Twitch. You can see the link on the side here. I'm really, really hoping that no one dies because we do not want to see any graves dug in the fan art Minecraft setting that Neopthetres has created for the group. We don't want any graves dug.
No.
Not
That
yet,
would be
anyway.
bad.
But if Isabel dies, you'll finally get an artificer, Nyssa.
But there's also. But speaking of if character does happen, big if. Do you guys have any backup characters planned up already, or are you just gonna wing it if it happens?
Oh, I've already got one set up.
Yeah, I just have to roll stats for mine.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, that's both a relief and also a concern.
Yeah. Well, that's just like
That's the
because
nature of D&D.
I have one like a character sheet without stats. I think I have like 10s on everything because I just haven't rolled it yet or something. But I have like 6 more planned. Like just like in my head of characters I've wanted to play. Like there's an older character that was an NPC in a game I ran that I really like named Narina. There's a Grandpa Dragonborn. I haven't named him yet. There's a goblin wizard. There's a bunch of stuff that I plan to maybe play in this campaign or a different one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that the artificer is the most recent. So
I know that for the upcoming future DM plans, I know I have tried creating some characters myself, and they're fun to create, but trying to figure out their moves and their classes is quite a bit of an extra challenge. Like creating a character, I can create a background character, I can tell you their whole life story, but as far as their abilities go, I'm going
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
DMing is very, very hard, and you should appreciate your DMs more.
This is a factual statement.
So yes, speaking of the DMs, so we have Equa is not funny for the Emoris show, which is Mondays, and for October 7th, which is the next episode of Mythic Odysseys of Theros, we have Sharp Baka, who is the DM for that, and we also have Grizlog, the very own Wade on Emoris, who is DMing Lost Mines of Phandelver, which I am fortunate to be a pirate in.
Woo!
Captain Jack.
Yes.
Jack or Captain Jacques?
Jacques. So the J is just because her given name is actually Jacqueline.
Oh, so it's halfway
yes,
between both.
So, spoiler. Her given name is Jacqueline, which will be revealed, which technically has been revealed on Friday's episode. But yes.
Sorry for spoiling, I guess.
Well, this gets aired after the Phandelver, so no worries.
Right, it does. All right, it's not a spoiler. So I was gonna say Isabel's middle name, but you're not gonna get that now. Haha.
Ha ha ha. But yes, so hopefully maybe I'll be able to get the middle name out of you for next time, and hopefully be able to get some more information regarding Elakian for the next time I have you guys on. And so yes, everyone, please check out the links on the side here. Join us on Discord. Follow the YouTube as you are currently watching on now, and please give us a follow on the Twitch. So again, I have been Zelda Nerd 1988. This has been Esprit the Dragon, and this has been Undead Felis. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope you join us for some more stories that the Swindler's channel is showing. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye, guys.